So welcome to the TNTV News Desk with myself, Tony V, and my beautiful wife,
Nikki V. Hello there.
And we have a great show lined up for you today, just 5 minutes that could change your entire life for the rest of your life, so that you have the most amazing experience that maybe you've not been having already.
And absolutely, we are likely to have quite a lot of fun doing this because it was an idea that Tony came up with, one of his amazing ideas. And we like to have loads of fun, but this is a really, really serious point that we're making here, real serious subject.
It's the key to life. It's the absolute key to the door of happiness. Who out there is looking for a bit of happiness? Who's looking for some love? Who's looking for joy in their life? Well, how would it be that we're all looking in the wrong place? We're in sort of like, it's like you get to a T-junction and you've turned left when you should have turned right. So how we are going to demonstrate this to you today is by using some colours. This has been a favourite way for us to explain this to our seminar audiences for a long time, and we have invested a huge sum of money into showing you today a way that you can think, oh my God, you could become aware for the first time of what's happening. Because how would it be that inside your body, so think of your body right now, there's actually two of you?
Well, absolutely.
There is two of you. Now, one of them is the sort of what we would describe as the real you, and the other one is what people, describe in various different ways. One of my favourite ways to describe it is the thinker.
Well, and of course it's only the real you who is going to attract all the abundance, love and fantastic things into your life that you really want.
Yes.
This thinker, well, we found that that's what was stopping us having everything in life that we wanted.
Absolutely. So the thinker is like it sort of suggests, where do you think from? Well, you think from your head. You use your brain a lot. So I don't know if you've ever attempted to meditate or be silent or be still or be in a place of peace, but your head's still like running, playing 10 to the dozen, as I always say, then that's where your challenge lies. Now, we use an analogy of colour for this to make it nice and simple. So we always say, if you're in the head, you're in the red. So here we are, mad as hatters. Sorry for the pun. But there you go. So if you're in the red, now how much of the percentage of the population... I had a serious hair problem with this, I'll tell you. To get her to do this...
Well, I was not happy about doing this morning at all, was it?
It was not easy.
What my hair's going to look like when I take this hat off, I don't know.
But for the sake of the future of humanity...
Yes.
Nikki V has taken the massive step of
being okay with being seen with my hair not in a good spot.
Not in the best possible place. But anyway, here we go. We've only got 2 minutes left.
It's very important.
The thinker, how many, what percentage of the population of the planet do you think have got red hats on, walking around, metaphorically, thinking all the time? Thinking, searching for love and happiness in their life.
Trying.
Yes, they're thinking. This is what you have to do. Get in your head. But the thing is that it's 96% of the population. So only 4%, oh my gosh, my maths is great. Only 4% of the population actually know how to live in what we call a place of love. Now, only then can you, in fact, share love with another person. So the challenge is that, the law of attraction, who's heard of the law of attraction? Yes. The law of attraction says that if you're in the red, you are going to attract a partner into your life, in fact, everything else into your life, that's got sort of redness around it. So, if you're in the red...
That's not what you want.
Yeah, now if they wrote out like a sort of script almost of what they wanted to have in your life. So if you wrote this is the sort of person I'm looking for. You're a guy, you write down your perfect woman, what would all her attributes be? And if you're a woman, you'd write down, what would my Mr. Man, Mr. Right look like? You wouldn't write down somebody that was in the red. You'd be writing down somebody who was in the green.
Oh, right.
Hat change. Now, what is it? Oh, that's a bit big. Anyway, what does it look like being in the green? Well, this is where your energy is in a completely different state. So red energy looks like...
Well, can I say about that? Yes, I can't talk about red energy unless I've got my red hat on. I mean, a good example of this is that, like, Tony and I have a bit of a hot spot sometimes. So if you're in a relationship, if you're not in a relationship, you are going to attract somebody in the red, which is not what you want. In a relationship, what happens is sometimes, like in the office or something, which is a bit of a hotspot for us because I used to be like in corporate life and therefore I get into worry. So that's a really great example. I get in worry and I start taking responsibility for everything, and absolutely this is not a good space for me to be in. So guess what? We start to argue, which is not really great for our loving state.
What we call disconnected. So instead of like moving close together and wanting to share love and passion and all those great things, we actually start like moving way, way, way apart and becoming distant from each other. And we don't like being there. So we mastered the art of more than 90% of the time being in the green. Now, in the green means that we are very connected and in a loving state. Now, in your body, when you're in the green,
this is
you
real you.
You have a whole different set of chemistry going on, where this is where love exists, and this is where we, absolutely learn and now share with the, people that come to see us or watch our videos what this really looks like. But of course, we only have 5 minutes on these things, so that's a quick what the red and the green looks like. But like Jaws, when you saw the film Jaws, they made sequel 2 and 3. It was Jaws 1, Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and with Star Wars they went up to 6. So we thought next week we will be sharing a little bit more about the red and the green. But here's the basic principle. Are you aware of whether you are in the red? Are you doubting, worrying, frustrated, angry, all of those things that make you go into what we call a red state? And then all you attract into your life is more red people. Or in fact, the secret is, if you are trusting to life, if you're letting go of all your past rubbish, if you're having lots of faith in your life, that's the secret, that's the doorway that takes you to that loving place inside of yourself, where you then attract another amazing human being who's doing exactly the same. So that's it from the news desk this week from my beautiful wife.
Yes, that's it. And I have just one question for them. What has this got to do with intimate relationships? And the answer is everything.
Yes, absolutely everything. In fact, it's got everything to do with the whole of your life. So that's it, as I say, from the TNTV News Desk, from my beautiful wife Nikki V and myself, Tony V. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.